Let's get into our power rankings for the week. Joshua, they are presented by Citi. They are the best two-loss teams across the country. I let you take a stab at this. So I want you to run through these teams, although a lot of them are in the SEC and fairly
Yeah.
self-explanatory. But walk us through how you see these two-loss teams that are all close enough or within the CFP picture.
I hated this exercise. It's one of the most difficult things.
You suggested it. This was your idea.
Because I'm stupid, but here we are. And now I have to try to explain what I did here. So I think this is a different question of where these teams should be when it comes to the college football playoff rankings, right? Like, I don't think we just get to say that I think this team is better, so I'm going to put them here. That's not what the committee's there to do necessarily. They operate off of different parameters, but this is what I came to. So I put Georgia there at number one. Now, Georgia has played some awful football at times. So, like, again, you could have this in different combinations, but I look at the wins that they have. They've got 3 top 25 wins, but also their losses are to teams that I think are really good football teams. I think Alabama is a good football team. I think Ole Miss is one of those teams that probably doesn't get looked at the way that they should. I think Ole Miss can legitimately win the title this year the way that they're constructed. And so for Georgia, like, getting blown out by Ole Miss, not a great look. The Alabama game got away from them. They got back into it. It wasn't a great look, but those are teams where I could see that as a reasonable outcome. Then I went to Alabama. Again, I like what they do. Jalen Milroe, phenomenal. Tennessee, I think, is a good football team. You could understand how they could lose in that game. Vanderbilt is the one that's a big question mark, and that's why I had to put them at 2. Now you're talking about a loss to a team that plucky, they like to fight, not a great football team. Take it down to Ole Miss, Kentucky, right? Like, you lose to Kentucky, I got to ask the question. Now we see LSU. That one's a little bit different because they were never down in that game. But losing to LSU, probably not a great look right now, so that's why you got to bump them down. For Tennessee, we watched what happened against Georgia. That is fresh in our mind. They got handled in that game, and Arkansas is not a great loss there. Again, Tennessee, one of those teams that when they're playing good football, you like them. And then the fifth one, I threw this in here more for the conversation of it. But I mentioned Arizona State and how you could explain away their losses there, how this could be an undefeated team in a different universe. One of these losses, their starting quarterback did not play, right? And they are just ascending. I think they're playing good football. And again, with this view that they could be in the college football playoff, I think I need to shout them out.
Okay, so here's my question for you. Peeling back the curtain, we're discussing about different topics that we want to talk about for power rankings. You said, let's do the best two-loss teams in the country because I think Colorado might be that team.
Yes.
They are not in your top 5.
I know. I started looking at Colorado and some of the resume, and I think that they're a dangerous team. They are very obviously flawed. Like, even with some of the improvements that they've made on defense, even with the talent that they have on offense, the more I started getting into this exercise, the harder it was for me to actually put them in
there. All right. I'm just saying.
I mean, keep me accountable. I'm a big accountable. This is not me not believing. Let me be perfectly clear about this. This is not Joshua not believing. Don't start narratives. Because I did it last year. I didn't believe. I'm starting to believe.
Last year was different for sure.
See, Nicole got the shades. She wore them over the weekend. She's got the shades, and so now she is just like she's a buff now.
Yeah, I mean, I've also said that it's Travis Hunter's Heisman to lose. So yeah, I'm all in with them. Listen, I get all of that, and I think that your order of the SEC teams is probably right because of those Ole Miss losses. Like, the Kentucky loss is really, really bad. But I'm with you where, like, I think in my order of teams that I think could win it all, I might have Ole Miss number 1.
Yeah.
Like, so I think that's where, like, power rankings of these types of teams, you're going a little bit more my resume where I think I might go, like, who I trust moving forward. Yep. And I might even have Ole Miss higher there. So I think that is the big question, and that's what so much of this argument about, which poor Indiana has borne the brunt of the 2-loss teams in the SEC, that these schedules are really hard, but there's obviously a lot of talent on the teams, and so it does become difficult to sift through them. I agree that Tennessee would be fourth, though, on my list. I don't think that offense, I don't trust it. And the blowout loss to Georgia when Georgia was finally, kind of firing on all cylinders, that just shows me, again, like that separation between those other teams in Tennessee.
It's really hard to get rid of that image of what they look like against Georgia. I'm totally there.
Yeah.
I do want to make this point since you brought Indiana up. None of these teams I'm making any excuses for to have anything over Indiana right now. Right? Like the schedule is the schedule. I get it. This is a deep conference. It's competitive. But like I will not shed a tear if one of these teams is on the outside looking in and a one-loss Indiana's in there. Like, y'all can cry all you want to. I will not join.
You know what? Even if you got a challenging schedule, you still have games on there that if you win them, it's not an issue.
That's the thing. Win the games.
Doesn't end up being a thing. And all the way, also, by the way, again, like, we're looking at a loss to Vanderbilt on here. We're looking at a loss to Arkansas, loss to Kentucky.
Yep.
So for all the talk about the schedule, I mean, Georgia's got the 2 good losses, right? Like Georgia, if that was a team that wasn't playing well for like 6 weeks.
Yep.
These things were defensible.
Yes, and that's where I'm at. Like some of these losses, I can't feel bad for you. Right. I really can't.
Just don't lose to Vanderbilt. Don't lose to Arkansas. Arkansas lost to an Oklahoma State team that has
not won a conference game. Oh my God. Now you want to know, just to tie this all together real quick, the Georgia quarterback and the Oklahoma State quarterback have thrown the same amount of interceptions this year too, just to throw that in there for people who want to feel bad for Georgia and they're not getting enough respect. Like, you should know that as well.